Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where we make long and short-term investing simple. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ today, and we can see that it's been up 1.58%. Now, holy shit, how could you have possibly guessed this? Well, in the video yesterday, we said that the NASDAQ was starting to bottom here. You were getting a loss of sellers, an influx of buyers, as we can see with the wicks here, and it only made sense that when we were sitting at a support level right about 23,000, we were going to have a very good probability that we will most likely keep moving higher, better risk reward as well. And again, this is a bull trend. We're going to continue moving higher, of course, so buying at these lows and not getting scared out and selling your position, or even worse, shorting the NASDAQ in such a rampant bull market. Just going with the flow there, being a non-biased trader, you would have made 1.58%. Now, if you were on the TMP Discord, you would have actually made more than 1.58% today. And how exactly? Well, very simple. Again, as a support and resistance trader, I don't have to worry about the 1-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, and all the fair value gaps and the buy and sell side liquidity shifts and all that garbage, that nonsense. All I did was I drew one straight line right when we saw the downtrend. This doesn't count as it's clear consolidation. I went to look at the downtrend here, drew one single line, and as soon as I saw a break, what did I do? I placed my trade right at that level. Now, for my take profit and stop loss, how could I have possibly guessed that? Very simple. We have this very obvious influx and impulsive move to the downside here. This could have been your sweep here, and then you have a very obvious breakout. So obviously this is too cheap for buyers. So right here at the previous low of day, that's where my stop loss was. My take profit is up to the next resistance level, which is what we just broke out of a couple days ago, all the way back here at about 23,700. So when we do get that move, 2.48% from where we purchased, that will be our cash out there. Again, we are leverage traders, so that 2.48% will be whatever that factor is times 9. So you are looking at 2.48 times 9, 22.32%. Mind you, we just closed another trade for about 20% the other day, like a couple days ago. So we are absolutely killing it in the market. Currently, we are up, let's see here, 1.65%. And then again, after leverage, that is 14.58%. But why am I telling you this? Well, the whole reason being is if you want to learn how to take these trades like me, how to become a unbiased price action trader in the market and be profitable with your swing and day trading, come take a look at that link in description, wallet.com/tmp-finance. I'm currently beating the market by about 600% year to date, and I continue to see myself doing a whole lot more. So if you want to join on that trade, on those trades, or join in, hop on the train, come take a look at the link in description. But right now, what am I seeing for the NASDAQ? What am I projecting? I think this is just another higher low in the sequence of higher highs and higher lows. I think that we will continue moving higher. And until I see a very obvious sell signal, then I'll be stopping my long positions. But until then, there's nothing really much else to say. It's a bull trend. Now let's take a look at the two market leaders, Microsoft and Nvidia, and see where we could be placing trades for these. These are two absolutely extraordinary stocks that have been soaring up all of 2025. And here are some fantastic trades that I was begging you to place yesterday with fantastic risk-reward ratio. We have this one trade, placing it right after, and again, the same reason you see a slowing down of sellers and increase in buyers. You see this bottom here. I think this is the shifting point for the market. That being said, again, great risk reward ratio. I'm looking for my take profit at previous support/resistance at 518. That's my take profit. My stop loss is right below said level as before. Placing the trade right when the market opened, you're looking at an 8 risk reward ratio. And currently we are up, let's see how much. This is before a 3 times leverage factor, currently up 0.57%. So again, that's going to keep running. And if it doesn't, that's fine, because we're actually moving our stop loss right to the low of today. And that stop loss will keep moving higher and higher. And soon we will be breaking even with our worst case scenario. Now, same thing for Nvidia here. Obviously, Nvidia, you couldn't have placed the trade where the market closed before because the market opened lower, but that is even better. That's a blessing in disguise for us. So again, this was the pivotal point here. I can see that we have a swing low right down here. So my stop loss is right there. My take profit is looking right at the top of this range here for a 2.74 risk reward ratio. So another great risk reward ratio trade, another very, very safe trade. And again, what I can do now for Nvidia, just because we do have a more obvious bullish move, and this is engulfing candle, I can put my stop loss right to the bottom of the engulfing candle for a 7.77 risk reward ratio. But that's pretty much it. Again, the market is not very hard when you're looking at a non-biased perspective, and when you are taking a look at the massive amount of confidence you have in the form of candles. That being said, let's take a look at this. Very, very strong bull market. Why do we think that's going to change when we don't really have any reason for it to not change? Well, it's not. Very simple. Continue with the bull market. But that's pretty much all. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Thank you very, very much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Next weekend, or next week, Monday. Later, y'all.